Now it's time to span the globe for stories wacky enough to qualify as Knuckleheads in the news. We begin in Crewe, Virginia, where someone found a small bag of cocaine on the floor in an aisle at the Super Dollar store. Detective Ella Turner, a 4-year veteran of the police force, went to pick it up, but couldn't arrest anyone because she didn't know who the bag belongs to. So she put a post on Facebook saying, quote, "We are now in possession of a white substance that appears to be cocaine. If you mistakenly dropped your cocaine today at the Super Dollar, please contact us. We'd like to talk with you further about your property," unquote. Well, that Facebook post generated a lot of comments, including one person who asked, "Would you give it back?" To which she responded, "No, we will not give back your illegal narcotics. It has been weighed, photographed, and placed in an evidence locker to be destroyed upon the approval of the courts. We do distribute lots of things, lollipops to kids, tickets to lead-footed friends, but we do not redistribute your drugs." Another commenter, Stephen Smith, asked, "How much was it? I lost 3.7 grams at the Super Dollar." Detective Turner said, "No, it wasn't 3.7 grams. Sorry." So far, nobody has come forward to claim the actual cocaine. Then here's a story from our producer, Frank Ladd, a story from Orlando, Florida, of 31-year-old Amy Carter, who took a bunch of unknown drugs and/or alcohol and strolled down the street until she encountered a couple driving a Lexus. That's when she started to pleasure herself, which wasn't all that difficult considering she was nude to begin with.
Oh my God.
When she finished, she climbed onto the hood of the Lexus, stomped on the roof, and then threw her cell phone at the car behind her. I love the fact that she went out with no clothes, but took her phone.
No, wait, she was not the Amy Carter, right?
Not the daughter of the former president, no. This is
Okay.
AMIE Carter. When cops arrived on the scene, it was easy to identify Carter as a suspect. She was the only nude woman in the street. In the police report, officers wrote that she appeared to be under the influence of an unknown substance and in an altered mental state, displaying extremely irrational and volatile behavior, or what they call in Florida, spring break-like behavior. She was arrested and taken to Orange County Jail, charged with criminal mischief and exposure of sexual organs. I did not know that was on the books.
Seriously.
I guess they don't have that one on the east side. Then here's a story from Matt Burrows, also from Florida, Palm Beach County, where Glenn Carvajal walked into a GameStop store, handed the clerk a note that indicated that he was robbing the place, showed her a gun. The woman told police later that she knew the robber was Carvajal because the two had worked together and she'd gone to training sessions for GameStop employees with him when he was the manager of the store.
Oh.
Deputies said the woman was scared of him, so she handed over the $800 in cash that was in the safe. During the robbery, another employee came into the store, but saw that it was Carvajal standing at the front, didn't think anything was suspicious. And after he left, the woman said, "That guy just robbed us. You know who that was?" And the other guy said, "Yeah, that was Glenn. I remember him because he interviewed me for the job when he was the manager of this store." By the way, deputies have discovered he's a suspect in 2 other GameStop robberies in Vero Beach and Melbourne, Florida. They busted him on Monday, charged him with robbery. He's being held without bail.
At least wear a wig or sunglasses or something.
We finish in Olympia, Washington, where John Ashton Sr. and his son John Jr. left their apartment on Friday morning and returned to find the front door broken and the deadbolt bent and the inside burglarized. They also found Tyrone Porter, a burglar, coming out of the back bedroom. Tyrone immediately apologized, quote, "I'm sorry, I made a mistake. I'll get your stuff back." And he tried to escape past the Ashtons, but he didn't get very far. John Sr. tackled him from the top. John Jr. grabbed his legs. The 3 of them fought. The victim shouted for neighbors to call 911. Eventually, the father and son were able to tie up Tyrone's legs with a sweater and shoelace, tied his hands behind his back until the cops got there. John Sr. said, "We didn't really want to hurt him, but I wasn't going to let him go." Meanwhile, Tyrone pleaded with them, offering them anything including money if they would not call the cops because he said, "They'll put me away for 20 years. When the cops showed up and took Tyrone away, he said to them, "Man, I screwed up." And that's how you get in Knuckleheads in the news on the Big 550 KTRS.